back to the vlog. I really hope you're all well. I've been a bit ill again. I had flu and I've been left with this horrible cold, so I'm sorry if I sound bunged up. But at least I'm feeling better, and that's really good. So I thought I would show you my favourite autumn winter sewing patterns, because I really love sewing at this time of year. I love wearing cosy things and things to snuggle up in, so this might not be my smart side of my wardrobe, but it's definitely the cosy warm side. I've chosen my favourite 10 autumn winter sewing patterns for you, so without further ado, here I go. Okay, so number 1 is the Bella dress by Simple Sew Patterns. This was one of the first patterns I ever made, and I got some really cheap sweater knit from a car boot sale. It was about £1 for 2 meters, and so I decided to make the Bella dress. And at the time, I think it was actually for woven, and it had a zip in it. But I didn't really notice that, and I just started making it in a really heavyweight jersey instead and omitted the zip. I still put the darts in and things, and it was such a lovely cosy dress. I'm putting in some pictures because there's 2 versions that I've made, and I still, 2 years on, wear them all the time. They're just my go-to dresses. So yeah, the Bella dress, really simple make. Very much a beginner's sew, and I also changed the bell sleeves to just a straight sleeve. I just straightened out the sleeve piece and lengthened them, and personally that's just a bit more me. It kind of takes away the 60s 70s vibe, and yeah, it's a really lovely pattern. So that's my number 1. They're not in any order, but you know, that's number 1 of 10. Number 2 is a coat. Now a lot of these are PDF patterns, so I will just show you the PDF pattern cover while I'm talking about it. But the Pepernoot coat by Waffle Patterns was my first coat, and I love it. I absolutely adore that coat. I honestly wait for it to get cold just so I can wear that coat now, which is amazing. I mean, how great to have a piece in your wardrobe that you're actually excited about it getting cold for. So I love the Pepernoot hooded coat. I made it up in this gorgeous wool from Abercan with this red quilted, really soft lining from Minerva Crafts, and it's just a dream come true, that coat. It's so comfy, it's so warm. In fact, it's like a sauna in there. It's got a great hood with a fur trim that I also got from Abercan, and the whole thing I just love to bits. So it's maybe not beginner friendly. I would say an advanced beginner intermediate can definitely take it on. I think Waffle Patterns instructions are fantastic, so it's really nicely laid out, and yeah, definitely worth a try, because if you want a hooded coat that's just going to make you feel warm and cozy, this is the one to go for. I fully recommend it. Number 3 is the Cynthia Rowley oh no, not this again. The Cynthia Rowley, I think, for simplicity, and it's 1371. And I've just made the trousers for my latest Minerva make, so I can't show you them yet. But I would say that is a wardrobe staple for autumn and winter. You can make them in wools, you can make them in brocades, something really heavyweight, even denim actually. Yeah, you can make them in denim. And they're high-waisted with a lovely waistband and pockets, and they were the trousers that I was looking for a few vlogs back when I was like, please can someone tell me what to get like this, and a few people recommended it, and I'm so pleased they did, because this is such a great autumn winter pattern. I can't wait to show you my make of them. They're gorgeous, but I just think that's a really good one. And then there's also the option of having shorts, which I love wearing shorts with tights in the winter, so that's also an option. So yeah, that's number 3. That's Cynthia Rowley for simplicity, 1371. Next up is what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing Tilley and the Buttons Franciose dress. Now I love this dress. I'll just kind of, you know, give you a little bit of that. It is just such a gorgeous, very French dress with a lovely little Peter bow? I always say Peter bow. Little Peter Pan collar, or you could do the sleeveless version with no collar and this lovely little button tab, but I like the long sleeve version, especially for autumn and winter, and it's a really nice flattering shape. It's very simple as well, so I would say this is beginner friendly, maybe adventurous beginner. There's a few darts there, but it's just so flattering on all shapes. And yeah, I just think Tilley and the Buttons patterns are always brilliant. Her instructions are amazing, so it's a really good pattern for autumn and winter. Sews up nice and quickly, and I even added a little lacy trim to mine at the bottom to give it a bit of, you know, je ne sais quoi. So I think it's a pattern you can really play with, and it's really adaptable to loads of different fabrics. So another good one is this. Another staple for autumn and winter, I think, is a really lovely pencil skirt. Now there's a few of these patterns that I'd recommend. I think the Sew Over It Ultimate Pencil Skirt, although I haven't made it myself, looks really, really beautiful. It looks like a really nice, simple, quick make, and everyone looks amazing in it, so I would recommend that. For one that I have made and another staple in my wardrobe, it's another simple sew, and this is the duo of skirts. So you've got the wiggle skirt and the tie-waisted skirt. Now I personally would say the tie-waisted skirt is just a little bit different. It's got this lovely detail where you've got a tie at the back and you can make a nice bow. And it is the most flattering shape of any skirt I've ever made. I actually made another one at Abercan on Saturday in a kind of a stretchy chambray sateen. And so that's probably a bit lightweight for autumn winter, but I think I'm going to try and make one in more of a kind of a wool. It's a really adaptable pattern, and just the wiggle skirt is really lovely as well. So yeah, the Sew Over It Ultimate Pencil Skirt or Simple Sew duo of skirts, I think, is a real autumn winter wardrobe staple. Wear them with, you know, fancy tights. I really love having block colours with black tights, so maybe a red pencil skirt with black tights might be on my list for this autumn winter. But it's a real staple to get a good pencil wiggle skirt in your collection. So next up is another Tilley and the Buttons, and it's the Coco Top and Dress. Now I've just made this pattern up, and I'm not going to show you what I've made because I want to save it for my October makes, but it is the most simple, quick thing that I've sewn up in a very long time, and it's so satisfying. I wore it last night out to a lovely book show, and I had so many people come up going, "You look very Mary Quant." So I think it was a hit. It is a really lovely make. I can understand why so many people are in love with the Coco. It's got gorgeous shape, it's flattering to every body shape. I went with the funnel neck version because I like the kind of 60s, maybe that was the Mary Quant thing, and I completely adore it, and I've already cut out a jumper version that I'm also going to make that I talked about in my last vlog. But Coco is just a really good staple, and it's a really cozy make, but it also looks smart and chic. I just love it. I love it. It's so good. It's so quick and easy. Yeah, I'm a massive Coco fan. I totally get it now. Another thing that I talked about in my last vlog was the Ivy Pinafore by Jennifer Lauren, and I have also just made that up. I'm sorry, I'm being like all the teasers today, but there's some really lovely patterns that I've just made in the last week or so that I wanted to talk about but not show you yet. So this is another one of them. The Ivy Pinafore is so beautiful. I made it up in a lovely corduroy, and it's a really, really cozy, warm make. A pinafore dress, I think, is really lovely to have in your collection because you can put lots of things under it. So I like the idea of having a roll neck under it and, you know, warm, toasty tights. It's just a really wearable item, and I've seen pinafore dresses are blowing up all over the place at the moment, and I can understand why, because they really are so wearable, suit everyone, and just gorgeous. But I think the Ivy Pinafore has got something a little bit special. It's got that really nice flowing tent-like shape to it that makes it just super flattering and really funky. It's a really funky make. I've already got a queue of people that want me to make them one, so that's always a good sign of a good pattern. So yeah, the Ivy Pinafore by Jennifer Lauren is another thing in my autumn winter top 10 sewing patterns. Another simple sew, but I had to put it in there, the Simple Sew trench coat is my favourite make of this season. the florals that I used from White Tree Fabrics and the spotty lining from Fabric Godmother were just a dream come true for me, and I think you can really play with the trench coat. I love the fact that this is just in solid red. I think that would look amazing. You can make it in a waterproof fabric, so you know it does rain in England. I've obviously given you the lining tutorial if you go to my blog. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff about the trench coat. I think it's a really simple, quick make. A lot of people are scared to make coats, and this is a good one to start with because there's nothing very tricky here, and you don't have to line it, and that makes it even quicker and, you know, easier to make. So yeah, I just had to put it in there. You could make it into wool, actually. You can make it in a really cozy wool, and that would be a fantastic coat. Oh, now I'm getting ideas. A wool version. Did they say you could do it in wool? Yes, you can do it in wool. That'd be lovely. Right, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent because I'm looking up at my wools and going, oh, because I've got a red wool. Ooh. I really wanted all of these patterns to be something that I've already made, but the only one that I've put in that I just really think looks beautiful and I'm about to make is the Jenna Cardi by Muse Patterns. It's just really good to have a nice cardigan pattern. I think that cardigans are so wearable throughout autumn and winter. You can layer them up, you can wear them, you know, if you're going out to somewhere, you just put that on over your dress and then a coat, and you can keep it on and it still looks really sweet. I'm just a big fan of cardigans. And when I'm not knitting them, which I do a lot of, I'm doing one at the moment, I'm dreaming about sewing them. So I will make this cardigan very soon, and I will report back to you on how it goes. But I think it's got to be in my top 10 because it's a pattern that I keep going, that would be so perfect for my autumn winter wardrobe. So the Muse Patterns Jenna Cardi, it's lovely. And one more Tilley in the buttons because she makes really good autumn winter patterns, what can I say? It's from her book Love at First Stitch, and it's the Delphine Skirt. And I made this up in blue corduroy, and I wear that skirt to death. I love wearing it with tights. It's such a great skirt. It's just a really nice A-line shape. It goes with anything, with little jumpers, with cardigans, with roll necks. It always looks good and chic. So, oh look, it's on the cover. I could have just shown you that. I'm useless. But yeah, Delphine Skirt, I love that. It's probably my favourite thing in this book, actually, just because it's my most wearable item from it. But you know that I love this book. Everything in it is great. So that's my favourite 10 or so autumn winter sewing patterns. I hope that's been useful. Please ask any questions about any of the patterns, whether they would go in that fabric or, you know, whether they're beginner friendly, or any tips and tricks. I'm always happy to give them. I really hope you're all well and haven't been caught by the lurgy. If you have, get well soon. We're all going through it. So I've kidnapped, well, I haven't kidnapped, but I took you off the sofa. I'm sorry you were sleeping. I'm sorry. My autumn winter dog. Hobbes. I don't know why he always looks like autumn to me. Anyway, it's his lovely colouring and his little red collar. So he's too cuddly not to have in the vlogs. Oh, sweetheart. He's a bit bemused because I did just drag him off the sofa where he was having a little nap, and I was like, come and be in the vlog, Hobbes, and he just looked at me a bit strangely and was like, I don't know what that means, mummy. But I think he gets it, really. Do you get it? Yeah. Now I'm so excited because we got to 2,000 subscribers. Woo! So thank you so much. Honestly, I know I say it every week, but your support means the world to me. So thank you so much. Really was over the moon. I was so ill on that day, and I was watching someone else's vlog and my page came up and I was like, oh, I've got over 2,000, and it made me very well for a short time, and just really happy. But because we've gone over 2,000, it is definitely giveaway time soon. So I am rounding up the most amazing goodie bag of some of my favourite suppliers of fabric and threads and sewing patterns to get you the most amazing goodie bag. So stay tuned for that. I should be announcing that next week. And so Hobbs and I are going to go off and snuggle on the sofa, and I'm going to sew. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please click like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already for more videos of Hobbs and I will see you next week. Take care, lots of love, bye. Bye Hobbs. Hobbsy boo, Hobbsy boo, oh lovey dovey doo. Hobbsy boo, he's a little